Good morning, everybody. It is a bright early morning here. We left the farm before daylight, so didn't get any footage of us pulling out. But we arrived here to Cloverdale, Indiana, where the kids are going to do some rodeoing today. So we're going to bring you along here. So it's spitting snow, 20-some degrees out. So we'll go ahead and get unloaded here, and then we'll bring you along inside, and you guys can follow the kids as they rodeo today. So I'm going to set this down and go ahead and get the horses unloaded, and then I'll catch you guys in a bit. All right, we got the horses unloaded, and before the gates open and the dust starts flying, I wanted to take a moment to kind of walk through what the kids are doing. So while the kids are brushing down and stretching their horses, I wanted to back up a little bit and say we're at MYRA today. So this is the Midwest Youth Rodeo. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is my first go at trying to record a rodeo at the same time of helping the kids get ready and make sure they're at all their events. So let me know down in the comments if you enjoy this kind of content, and I'll make sure to record these as we kind of go through the season. So you've met Cowboy, the horse my daughter's riding today. We'll come over here and meet Babe. This is a quarter pony that my son will be riding today. She's already been brushed down and chilling out before we get going. Wanted to take a moment, walk over to the arena. At MYRA, they actually have two different arenas set up, and you'll kind of see going back and forth today in between events, depending on what event it is, where it's being held, but they're back to back here, and so you'll kind of hear the announcers in the background getting everybody ready to go. First event up for Landy is the trail class, and so this is a new event for us. Typically we do trail in the summertime for our Crawford County Saddle Club shows, and so this is a new course that she had to learn that morning of the event. And so it takes Cowboy a minute here to figure out what's going on, because he's used to running around the barrels and poles and not understanding, hey, it's time to do a trail course. And so getting him to shift gears this morning, but she gets it figured out here and gets him on the right path. Now that we know how they run their events, we'd be able to, if we come back, gear up our horses, warm them up a little bit different to be able to do the events, as it sounds like they do same order on the same day. So it's a 2-day event. We just came for the second day, and so for all the rest of the contestants she's competing with today, they had a day prior to figure it all out. So I thought they did a real good job here, going through the gates, backing up, putting mail in a mailbox. Even though that she missed the time limit, I thought it was a good first showing for Cowboy and Landy. So next up is Landy and Cowboy doing barrel race. As they get going here, you'll see that we don't take ourselves too serious. We come to these to really have fun and to keep training our horses. And so for those that are used to watching professional rodeos, this will look a lot different. But I think Landy and Cowboy here did a really good job of kind of setting the tone for them and meeting their personal goals that they had for this rodeo here. So she'll get to turn around that last barrel, and it brings him on home. Really good run for Cowboy and Landy here. So as Landy cools off her horse his journey, you'll see that he's come a long way. He didn't get started here this first go. Like I said, Babe's been in the barn all winter, and so they get it figured out here and get down to that third barrel. But those that you've been watching will come along. He's moved quite a bit to learn how to trot and canter his pony. So he brings her on home, and love to see that smile on his face. He really enjoyed himself. So this next event is new to us as well. So it's Texas barrels, and this is the first time of us ever seeing this pattern. And so we'll moving from normal barrels to over to Texas barrels. Babe was ready to go, and so they get weaving through these barrels and turn around and weave back, and it's all done for time. And something I didn't mention is that I'm jumping back and forth between Landy and Will. It was kind of chaotic to try to figure out which kid and which horse needed to be at which event, but they're all being judged in their own age categories. And so while here this kind of cuts back and forth, that's kind of how the day runs. So we jump right on over here to Landy and Cowboy doing their run at the Texas Barrels here. And so they get off to a good start, and Landy is smiling ear to ear. So I actually really enjoyed this event. And it was a really good run by Landy and Cowboy. So Landy getting ready to do flags here coming off the Texas Barrels. She was feeling pretty good, and you're about to see what happens when you try to push a little too hard. So she comes around, she has to place that flag in the barrel, grab a new flag, pick it up and run it around and put in this other barrel. Well, Cowboy wasn't having it. She tried leaning a little too hard and fell out of the saddle, which happens. She dusts herself back off and gets back on her horse, which we're proud of her for. So as Landy gets herself dusted off, I'm going to do a pan. MYRA had a really good turnout that day, and Will's getting ready to go for his try at flags, and so I thought I'd pan around and show you all the action here. So Will is up next here for flags, and so he goes down and rides Babe down and does a good job of getting his flag put into the barrel, picks up the new flag here. Babe is not quite sure what that flag and barrel business is all about, but he gets it figured out here, runs it around, and he's going to place his other flag in this barrel, or bucket I should say, and then brings his pony on home, and he's got a heck of a smile, loses his hat, but he kind of really enjoyed that event. So after the event where Landy had a mishap, her and Cowboy are over there talking it over and warming back up, and super proud of her resetting herself. We're about halfway through all the events, and she gives it a really strong go here next at flags. Little shot of Will there looking around and kind of relaxing in between events.
Nice clean run, Landy.
So next up here, Landy is going to run and do poles, which I think this was her best event of the day. Really runs down there, gets turned around, does a good job of weaving through. That last pole down there you really can't see due to the camera angle, but it's really tight against the gate.
Let's go, Landy!
Which our horses need to get used to, but are definitely not. And so she gets him turned around here, making a really good run for her. It might even be a personal best.
Stay in it!
And she turns around and brings him on home.
Bring him home! Bring
Awesome
him
job
home!
there, Landy.
Straighten him up! Good job!
So Will and Babe are up next to do poles, and so they've already warmed up over there, and so they're waiting their turn. They're next up here in the chute. And so let's watch Will run the pole pattern himself.
Run her hard!
Like I said earlier, he's come a long way getting his horse to be able to trot and training his horse to run these patterns. He's really enjoying himself, which is what it's all about. So he gets Babe turned around here and they're weaving through. One thing about these patterns is every arena, every rodeo, it's just a little bit different. And so you got to be really flexible on how you're training your horses to be able to tackle the different events here. So Babe's swinging a little wide. She could use a little bit more practice. Like I said, she sat all winter in the barn, but we're going to get after it here this spring because I think the kids all really enjoyed themselves. So that's a wrap on the events for the day. The kids will be able to go get their horses cooled down and then start unpacking and brushing them down. And overall, it was a really good day. I think everybody enjoyed themselves, seen a lot of smiles, a lot of laughter.
Well, that's a wrap for today. The kids did a really awesome job. A lot of lessons learned here, but for the first rodeo of 2026, everybody's real happy and looks like everybody had fun. So hope you really enjoyed watching our content, and if you do, make sure you're sharing it with your friends and liking it and leaving a comment down below. So until next time, thanks and see you later. Bye.